hi everybody. This is your stay-at-home grandma, and I am a couple of minutes early, but that's okay. Better early than late. Hey, Snow Boy, how are you? Coming in to. I'm going to wait to see if anybody comes on, and then I'm going to at least cast on one more time, and then what I'm going to do is do a video on it, so that you can see what it is, how to cast on, and then how to actually do the garter, just the garter stitch. The garter stitch alone. You can make scarves, you can make sweaters, you can make a lot of things out of just that one stitch. Okay, that's why I want you all to learn that stitch, and then we'll go into the other stitch, and then we'll do some different stitches. But anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm doing fine. Just in case, I don't know how many of you know him, but Grampy Lobster passed, I think, this morning. So and he was on YouTube. I did not know him, but some of my other friends did. So, I just thought I'd put that out to you and see. So anyway, um, I was gonna I think I'll get my knit book too. Hey Yarny Cat, how you doing? I just left your live. Well, it wasn't your live. I guess it was the live, but when by the time I got there, okay, it was all over. Okay, because I went to Ola Joe's today, and I thought I missed it. So I'm good at that one. So how's everything doing? How you feeling, Yarny Cat? What's up? You already know how to knit, right? Oh, okay. I thought it might have been a live. I don't know. I was watching it. I watch you all the time. Okay, all the time, but usually it's on my television. So I can, you know, I can't shout you out. I can't say hello to you or anything. So I have to either do it through my laptop or my phone. So, and I don't do that all the time. I'm going to use the phone a little bit more, but, usually when I'm watching, it's on the TV. So, but I watch you all the time because you seem to like pop up, right? After I shut my computer down and I have the television on, and when I'm in the bed now, I took my shower and everything. Oh yeah, I watch all the time. I enjoy you. Like I said, especially when, I got my pajamas on and everything like that. And then what it is too is that I like, the whole atmosphere with the tea and everything like that. Now, basically I don't drink anything after 11 o'clock, but I'm going to what I used to do with my kids was after 8 o'clock they couldn't have anything to drink. Well, now I don't drink anything after 11. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm going to try to do a plethora of videos just on the knitting pattern alone, the basic casting on, and then the knitting, and then the different things, so that and I'm going to actually record them and just put them on every other day and things so that I can, yeah. Well, while I'm talking to you, I can be knitting. Now I'm knitting. Okay, so what I've done, Yarny Cat, I did some looking around, and this is a washcloth. Well, it's a dishcloth or a washcloth or whatever. I haven't decided yet, but I finished one. I'll show you that later. I'm almost finished with my husband's blanket. I hate that blanket. No, I don't hate anything, but I dislike that blanket intensely because of the colors. Hey, Butterfly Mom, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm glad to see you. If you want to come up, you can, if I send you the link. Anybody that wants to come up, I'm sending the link now. It is nice. It's a pretty color. The other one I did, I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm gonna send this link up. If you wanna come up, you can. I think it's in here. It's somewhere in here. It might be in the other one. I'll be right there. I'm trying to get something. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. So I finished this one. Just this little one. And this was one of the ones that I showed for them. But this is a little small. But what I could probably do is use it for a duster, you know? But this one is bigger. But what I did was I went on, I want to say Ragley, but I don't think that's how it's pronounced. But it's the knitting and the crocheting, page where you can get free patterns and everything like that. And they had a plethora of hand towels and, you know, um, dishcloths and things. And then they had what I thought, okay, which I wanted to know could we do. They had regular bath towels knitted in really, really pretty cotton. So I'm gonna try one of those and see what happens. Because maybe I have to buy any more bath towels because I replace my bath towels quite often, so at least twice a year I replace them. So if you want to come up, I put the site in, you can come up if you want and just talk because this is what we're doing. We're knitting and talking. A couple of my friends are supposed to come on, but I don't know. They might have fell asleep because, you know, we go to bed early. We're old. I don't think it's that. It's just that when I like to get up in the morning early and doing things and get my coffee and all that other kind of stuff. And, and when the house is quiet and everything, not that there's a whole bunch of people around, but yeah. If I get a chance, Yarny Cat, I don't know, but do you knit butterfly, Mom, or do you knit and crochet? Okay, because I'm learning how to crochet this year. I am learning how to crochet this year. There's a thing called fiber spider or spider fiber. When I get it again, I'll put it on here. And he does these he knits and crochets. And he does these wonderful things and he has like, this teaching. So I'm going to start going on there and crocheting with him. He's funny too. I did not realize, okay? Yeah. He's fiber spider. Okay. I did not realize the men that we had that crocheted, and he was saying that when he first started to knit and crochet, he went to um a shop to get some yarn and stuff like that. And he said, and the girl looked at him like he was crazy. And I'm like, what the heck? I don't know. Some of these people. But I think that I can understand that because I went to a yarn shop and I was standing there talking to the one of the girls, and this woman just came over and said, "Can you help my daughter?" And the girl just walked away. And when we're actually, doing yarn and getting some different things, and I'm getting some hooks, some knitting needles and stuff like that. And she just kind of walked away, and I'm like, okay. So I just left everything right there. I know. You craft too? I make plant jewelry. The stakes and things like that, and then I do pens. I'm good. I do different things that I just like for the kids, but I think I'm gonna just nail it down to I gotta fill my Etsy store. So I'm gonna find some things, and then I think I'm gonna fill them with dishcloths and probably pot holders. Okay, do you want to? Because I'm going to. Well, okay. Do you have knitting needles? Because if you have knitting needles, I can show you at least how to cast on and get this much part done. If you have some knitting needles, if not, I'll make some suggestions to where you can get some knitting needles at the dollar store, so you don't have to spend too much money. And as a matter of fact, that yarn in the dollar store is pretty good yarn. I don't know how you are to a dollar store, but because I'm really finding out that some people are not really that close. Hey, Mobs, how you doing? What's up? Mobs, say hi to everybody. Yarny Cat and Mobs and Butterfly Mom. If you want to come up, I'll put it on the screen again. So if you want to come up, you can come up. Okay, so but my suggestion, because you're just starting out, and really to be perfectly honest with you, you don't need a whole bunch of expensive things anyway, but oh, okay. All right. So just get like a size 8 or a size 10 at the dollar store. Get a few at the dollar store, and then I will actually not tonight, but tomorrow I'm gonna put a tutorial up on how to cast on and start. And I'll start with, because what I would like everybody to make when they're starting out is to make a dishcloth. That's what I started. And I'm back to where I started again. Make a dishcloth and then a pot holder and then a scarf. And actually, I'll show you my scarf. Yeah, I understand. I understand. That's why I do this in my room. I just because I don't mix my knitting with my art room because of the paint and stuff that I do. I'll show you my scarf. Now, Butterfly, you probably already know this because you watch My Fairy Treasure. So this is my scarf. So I'll try to finish it probably by next week, but my husband's blanket, I'll show you that too. This is well, that's the wrong side, but that's the side I'm sewing. But this is my husband's blanket, so it's getting there. It's almost done. I've got like 3 more things to do, and then I've got to put some embellishment on it. You did? Well, that's good. But I'm finding that because I had to start all over again because when I had the stroke, you know what I mean? I didn't lose it, but I don't know. My brain scrambled, and I had to reteach myself a lot of things. And this was one of them because I couldn't remember exactly, where everything went. So that's why I started doing it. And then I thought, well, what the scarf, butterfly the scarf, because I really like that yarn. And I actually mixed two together. Um, I would actually go get it, but it's on the other side of the room. I mixed, no, it isn't. It's right here. What am I talking about? Hey, my fairy treasure, everybody, my fairy treasures on. We're so excited. Um, these are two different patterns, okay? And one is this yarn. Mm, well, yeah. no such thing as a big stroke or a little that's what my doctor said, or a little stroke. A stroke is a stroke. So if you had one, you know what I mean? Blessings to you, because I mean, I had one, and the thing is, I didn't know it. I got up and I took a shower, I got dressed and everything. When I realized was when I went to brush my hair and the brush kept falling out of my hand. That's one folly on. And then here's the other one. So I actually mixed them. My fairy treasure, if you want to come on, you can come on. It's very easy. So that's the Lenny scarf, my fairy treasure. So I'm going to finish my husband's blanket this week. I'm making a dishcloth right now. I'm making my husband's blanket this week, and well, see what happened to me. I had just gotten over pneumonia about a week and a half before, so I figured, oh, I just must be really tired and stuff like that, because I was just going into my office just to do some work, because I was still actually off from school, and I just came and laid down. So when my husband came home, he saw my briefcase and everything, on the landing. He's like, "That's odd, because she's usually gone." And he comes in and wakes me up. And oh, I know what happened first. I called the school to tell them that I wasn't coming in. And my secretary said, which wasn't my secretary, she was our secretary, said, "Hey Renee, how you doing? Hey Renee, tell John that Grandpa Grampy Lobster died. I don't know whether I'm sure you know him, but so they, the secretary said, I can't understand you. And I'm like, huh? So I just said, okay, well, goodbye. And I hung up. So I went to sleep. And when my husband came home, he woke me up. And when I went to talk to him, he couldn't understand me either. He said, oh, come on, let's go. Yeah, he died this morning because um, Robin emailed me to ask me if I would do the show with her tomorrow earlier. And then right before I came on, she emailed me and said she had to cancel it because Grampy Lobster died. And I don't know whether any of you know him, but I know Renee does. So Renee, you coming on to watch, or you coming on to knit? Because I'll tell you how to cast on. I have them here. I got my knit needles right here and my yarn right here. And by the way, if anybody remembers what I said about this sugar and spice, or this sugar and whatever it is, or spice and sugar, the cotton yarn, okay, I thought that they didn't make it anymore. Okay, not true. There was a whole bunch of the cotton yarn, but there's some other ones too. I believe that Lion has it, and a couple. I'll find it out and then I'll write it, because this is what we're going to start with. Okay, all right. Well, this is the other one. I made one, and it's kind of small, but then I made this one. So, and I'll finish them off. I'll do them later. So anyway, I what can I say? Oh, so anyway, it's hard when you have to relearn things and stuff like that. It didn't take me long, but you know, you have those setbacks in life, and you just keep right on pushing. So I said all that to say, I really just started knitting again when I was watching My Fairy Treasure a few years ago. I think about 3 years ago or so, maybe, when I first, and I was still in rehab for, hey, Jonaside. Grampy Lobster died, Jonaside, this morning. Robin emailed me. Um, so, I wanted to tell you. But I started knitting because of my fairy treasure and her group 3 or 4 years ago, and, because she was they encouraged me. They encouraged me to, well, I'm gonna have to learn how to not relearn. And I should have learned when my mother was alive because she did both, but I like knitting a whole lot better. Oh, okay. Robin told you to? But no, so that, my fairy treasure was the one that got me to, keep going so that even when I make mistakes, I cover it up really good. So I thank my fairy treasure for that. Because I think I know I would have been lost without it because that's what I like to do. And, you know, but I'm making my blanket for my husband. I made all of my grandchildren a blanket. So everybody has one. Now I got to make my daughter one because she lost hers somehow. Anyway, of course, I made one for Joey, and my oldest daughter put it on him when he was cremated. So, for those of you that don't know, Joey was my son. He died in February. So, my daughter put it on him when he was cremated. I have to make my oldest daughter one, but she didn't lose her. She just never had one. So I'm making her one, and then oh, it's my favorite treasure is a website. I mean, it's a YouTube. She's a YouTuber. She's on here somewhere. She was on here. She's probably working and then coming back or working and then coming back. But she's very gifted, intelligent. There she is. Yeah, but he was sick, my fairy treasure. There she is, Renee. Renee, say hi to my fairy treasure. My fairy treasure, say hi to Renee. Say hi to everybody. He was sick for quite some time. So I accept it. I miss him, but I accept it, because I didn't want him to. Yeah, he was just really very, very sick. And he just really did not want. I know that that's what he wanted. You know what I mean? He was a very strong, independent man. And when you can't be strong and independent, you know, and you have to, and I think it isn't about help because he got help from everybody. Everybody, his friends, Jonaside and Mrs. Jonaside, those were his friends who now became my friends. Okay. Robin, who's not on here tonight, she became my friend through Joey. So his friends tried to help as much as they could and stuff like that. But he was never that kind. He was a proud guy. Yeah. Well, that's what I wanted to have, my grandchildren and my children to have blankets, that were to remember me by, you know. Yeah, I know everybody misses him. He was because he would probably if he was alive right now, he'd probably be on here not knitting but messing with me, asking me to make him a sweater or something like that. So, but after I finish my husband's blanket, I'm gonna take some time and make some things for me. I'm gonna finish my Lenny sweater, my Lenny scarf. I'm going to make a hat to go with it, and then if I have enough yarn, and then I'm going to make a sweater. And I'm looking at the one that Angie made, My Fairy Treasures, and it's so easy and stuff like that. I just need the pattern, so and I'll go on her website and get it. because yeah, he'd be out here messing with me, talking about where's my sweater? Well, I have dishes. Make me some dishcloths. I'm surprised though, because there's so many that Joey didn't take up knitting. I know. I was really, really happy with, even with some of the mistakes I made and then I went over them and stuff like that. I'm happy with it. I mean, it took some time getting back on the horse again, but I got back. Yeah, yeah. I like hats and I like easy hats. Okay. But I tell you what I want to do. All right. That I haven't done. I think I made like one pair. I made slippers, all kinds of slippers. I think I made like one pair of socks, but I want to really, really. Yeah, that mixed media is so good. She comes on every Friday and every Sunday. And it is so much. We have so much, and Yanni Cat's another one. Butterfly Mom too. Okay, we have so much fun. You know, it takes away from the everyday stress and strain. And that's why I knit, and that's why I get into doing so many arts and crafts and stuff like that, because I even did it when I was working. I don't know where I found the time, but I did it because it just takes away from the stress and strain. Yeah, I used to knit slippers and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do is I've been looking at it. I'm gonna knit me some socks. I'm going to knit, and I said knit. I said the outside of the English language. I'm going to knit me some socks. Now I am going to knit socks. I am going to knit me some socks. Then I'll knit everybody else's, because I think once I get the hang of it, I'll be fine. Angie's parties are awesome. They are awesome, and she makes everybody feel, so connected. She connects a lot of us. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, you got to do something. You have to do something. You just can't. I don't know. I just can't sit here. It's just too short. Life is just too short. You know, I was thinking about my mom the other day and all the things that she knitted and all the things that she did and all the books that she read and everything like that. And I remember asking her, "Why do you do so many things?" And I was a little kid then, and she said, "Because I like it." Yeah, but see, my fairy treasure, you're kind because you help us to bring out the best in us. Let me put it like that. You make us want to do better. Okay. And like I told you before, 3 years ago, I won that painting from you, and you really didn't know me then, but you said some encouraging things to me, about don't in other words, don't let them see you sweat. Get up, take your hands, do it again, and then you encourage people, you encourage me, you encourage everybody to do better. Okay. When you see people, especially for me, when I see a young person out there doing their best to try to do their best, I want to get along, I want to ride on that wagon, because so many people just sit there, so many people just sit there and they think about the shoulda, woulda, couldas when they get older, but the shoulda, woulda, coulda should take place every day. I want to learn everything that I'm interested in. Or there are some things I'm not going to, but there are things like dyeing, you know, drying flowers, those kinds of things, because there's an element of love that you share when you get into nature and when you get into knitting and when you get into making things, when you get into cooking things. I can't wait to get back to cooking. I haven't been able to actually cook or put my hands in water and everything like that. That ends next week. Yeah, that ends next week. And I'm on like Donkey Kong. And I only really used to do cooking Sunday dinner on Saturday. Um, and usually my grandchildren are in there helping me and stuff like that. I want to dye some yarn too, Yarny Cat, but I don't think I want to do that right now. What I want to do is dye some material. I think that's what I want to try. I've been looking at it and everything like that. Um, I tried a couple of things with the pressed flowers and stuff on the material, and they came out really good. I'll show you that later because those are in the other room. And like I said, I refuse to put my knitting in that art room. And I see that Angie doesn't do it either. She has her knitting room separate from her art room. Somehow or other, with paint and sparkle and glitter and you know all that other kind of paint that we have in there and stuff like that. I'm just scared that it might get on my yarn and stuff like that, and then I'm going to be very mad. Yeah, it's just something to do. I don't want to be. I'm not going to be perfect. I don't think. Yeah, and that's what you should do. Have though, Renee. You need to. We give so much, women, and some men too. Okay, I mean, I look at people like Jonaside and Joey and a lot of men and stuff like that. My husband is a man's man, but he doesn't get in the way of what I want to do. And if I need some yarn or something like that, he'll take me to the yarn store and stuff like that because I don't drive right now. I can drive, but I just don't. I told him sell my car, whatever. Now we're thinking about buying another car again, but we'll see. But you have we give so much to the children, to our husband, to our job, to our church, to our whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, I was talking to one of my younger girlfriends and she was talking about she has kids, right? And how many times, every week she goes shopping, she buys a whole lot of food and stuff like that. She feeds them and everything like that. Now her husband died. So, so it's just her. And it's frustrating. So I told her, I said, you need to get something where you can relax. So she said, will you teach me how to knit? And I said, yeah. So we got that, you know? All right. I mean, you'll like Angie then, especially for the mixed media, because now she's trying to get me interested in mixed media again, which I am. I am. I just don't want to do too much. I don't want too much in the yeah, upcycling is good. It is an outlet. Yes, of course it is. And everybody needs an outlet. And like I said, what I'm loving is the community of men that we now have that are knitting and crocheting. I think some of them are knitting better than we are. I was looking at some of the stuff that Fiber Spider made. Am I saying that right, Yarny Cat? That he made, and I'm like, oh Lord. But it takes time and it takes practice, practice, practice. But you need an outlet. And that is why so many people do dumb things. Let's put it like that. Because they don't have that outlet. Nobody helps them with that outlet. Nobody tells them get an outlet. You know, there's more to life than just a job and home. You know, there's just oh my God, fiber spider. Oh God, when I looked at some of the shawls that he made and some of the lace that he made, and he reminds me so much of the things that my mother used to make. And I hope that I can recreate at least a couple of them. But I love his knitting, and I just love his whole persona. He's good. And then there's another guy. I can't think of what his name is. I forget what his name is. Where he, yeah, I will put them back in the description box next time so that everybody will have their channels and they can go over and they can visit them because machine embroidery. You know what? My mother taught me how to embroider like years ago, and it wasn't something that I was really interested in. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. I probably couldn't embroider stitch now, but it's beautiful, don't get me wrong. But some of the things like sewing, I used to sew all the time. I used to make all the kids' clothes and everything like that. I have the sewing machine. I haven't touched my sewing machine in years. After a while, now somebody's sending me some material, so I'm going to use it, maybe make some pillows and things like that. But after a while, I don't know. I think sewing was more of a chore for me. That's what I think. What became fun became a chore because, Renee, your boy Joey, he used to order things. My mother sewed costumes. I didn't sew costumes at all, but she did. She made costumes for the local dancing teachers. But Joey used to want special pants that he liked and stuff like that. He would actually, he used to tickle me because he would go like, when I used to buy patterns and stuff like that, can I go with you? Sure. Mom, will you make me this? Mom, will you make me that? Hello, Chris. How are you? Welcome in. I Yeah, but he would say, "Mama, you make me this. Mama, you make me that." So when he graduated from the eighth grade into the ninth grade, I made him a whole suit, and everybody wanted to know where he got the suit from. And he went over there and he said, "My mom." And they're like, "Will you make me one?" No, no. Mm-mm. And like I said, I really didn't sew for people. I sewed for a couple of people, and that was it. But I don't know. One day I just looked at it and I said, you know. So I might get back on this machine again. How you doing, Chris? What's up? I just want Oh, all right. Oh, okay. You were at Ola Joe's. Yeah, I won. Okay. Chris, I can't say I've never won anything in my life because that would be a lie. I've won a few things over the 74 years that I've been here. But I was like amazed when I won it, and that was the yarn that I wanted. That was the yarn that I wanted. I would have taken the other one too, but hey, if I had gotten that one, but that's the yarn that I wanted. She has such beautiful yarn and she makes beautiful things. But I love Ola Joe. She's so nice. great person. And that's what I mean. I mean, the community that we have are thinkers and doers and such creative people. And I always wonder why are some people just so evil in their thoughts? Because if you turn that thought around and you use it for creativity, you use it to see the beauty in the world, no matter what goes on around us, we can't stop that. But we can stop ourselves. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean you should. He could repair things, okay? But I think too, well, see, he was 51 years old when he died. So, I think at that particular day and age, he might have gotten teased, although I don't think he cared really because he played football and everything like that. But I don't really think he cared, but we'll never know. Well, Chris, it did. My walk is slow, you know, and some of that's my fault because I don't exercise the way I should. I have to be I lose my balance sometimes. I haven't, thank God, fallen yet or anything like that. But yeah, it kind of does. I had to relearn a lot of things, you know. But I'm also up in age, so that might be the clincher too. And I mean, I had the stroke 10 years ago, so it is a waste of your life to be evil. But so many people, but see, the counsel in me always knows why the person is evil. The mother in me and the woman in me always says, but you can change that. Even if you've had a hard life, if you've had a cruel life, if people have been cruel to you, you can walk away from that, okay? And get the help that you need, okay? And do what you have to do in order to survive. Hey, KB, how are you? Happy Tuesday to you too. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Say hi to everybody, KB, and everybody say hi to KB. You can walk away from that. Now, that doesn't mean, okay, that you're going to be have a pleasant life all the time, that it's not going to come up in your brain, but then you just pray it away or you ask the universe to take it away. And if you use yourself for positiveness, okay, something happens to you. Everybody has a backstory. Everybody has a sad story. For those people out there who have had a pretty good life and not much to tell, live a little. Hey, Wellness Frugal Mama, how you doing? Wellness Frugal Mama. So I'm up this morning. I'm up every morning, but I'm up this morning and I see you pop up on my TV and says you're going to start at 6 o'clock. I said, okay, I'm ready. I even had my little barbells and stuff like that. I'm ready. Well, you came on, but I was asleep. I fell back to sleep. I'm gonna tell the truth. But like I said, it's not what we expect out of life. It's what we put into life that we can live a good life. Yeah, because everybody has trauma in their life. Everybody. Oh, okay. Renee, everybody has trauma in their life. Everybody has something bad happen to them, even if it don't happen right away. Live long enough, you will. That's why I started telling my story, of which I'm going to do part 3 and stuff like that. But I had been like, kind of busy. So, but I'm going to do part three. I'm just going to put them on my, tip them on my phone and then just let them go little by little because I think people need to hear it. And my girlfriend, I said, even one of my friends said to me, well, why don't you write a book? And I said, nah, I write technical books, but I can speak better than I can write for that type of thing, for herbs and stuff like that. That's a technical book, and you've got whatever. I'm going to make a cookbook. Uh, it should have been out, but I forgot to. I wanted to put a couple of more recipes in it, and then I'm going to type it up and everything like that, and then put it on Amazon. But the books are in my description box at YouTube. So they're all well. One is how to pour a floor, okay, and I'll tell you the story about that some other time. But nah, like I said, human beings and we're not created to do some of the things that they do. I've been thinking about that, but my voice goes in and out too. Some days are better than others. Today is pretty good, but I've been thinking about doing an audiobook. I might actually do that. You know what I'm saying? I might actually do that. You're not the only person that said that to me. So yeah. So what did everybody cook tonight? Okay. Well, one and two is already on my YouTube channel. I have to. Oh, it's not hard, but I just have to put up three. You had bean soup too? My husband made bean soup. Oh, all right. That's nice, Renee. That pizza's good. Salmon and broccoli's good. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to take. We had a roast chicken, a roaster from my granddaughter bought it from the store. So I'm going to take all that roast chicken off, and I'm going to make fried rice with some chicken in it. Okay, gotta do what you gotta do. So, Chris, do you knit, or do you both do both, or do you crochet? Yeah, I like that rotisserie chicken. I do. I actually had a yeah, rotisserie, where I could do my chickens in the house and stuff like that, and then I gave it to one of my friends because I I don't know, but I have other things. So, mm. But if we get a new toaster oven, I'm gonna get one with a rotisserie in it. He does. Tell him to send me some of that amazing bacon over there. I do not, for the longest time, Renee, and everybody else listening, I could cook. I can cook, and I could make cookies, okay? And I could make bread, but I couldn't bake a cake. Now, the taste was there, but the cake would be like a Wookie because it would shrink to about this size. Oh, okay. That's nice. That Tunisian, I'd love to learn that. Yeah, it is. Well, see, she bought it because she says I try to do too much. Used to work at a bakery. Well, that's good. Oh, okay. Yeah, I tried that. Somebody else told me that, and it still it failed. So I've been thinking about taking a bakery class online. And like I said, I can bake bread and stuff like that, but I do have a bread maker, but I usually just say the heck with it and just go ahead and bake my bread. But now my girlfriend's daughter is a chef, so she taught me how to make my own pasta. So she said she would help me, but she's so busy that, you know, I want to take a course, in baking. And just because I want to, and like I said, Duncan Hines, they actually, now I'm just kidding when I say this, but Duncan Hines just wrote me and said, don't buy our cake mix anymore. We'll pay you not to buy it. But did you remembered how to crochet? Did you have a stroke too, or Chris? I'd really like to know. Because I can, when I first had it, I couldn't even like get on the computer. Yeah, okay. Well, I could alter the cake mix and it would taste good, but it was flat as a pancake. But like for about a month, I'm telling you, um, it was like my whole brain was scrambled. Really? So you understand some of the things that I went through then and when I had it, and still kind of go through some things sometimes. Each day, some days are better than others. Some days, I mean, I'm in my bed now because I took my shower and everything like that. Because when I get off, I'm going to get some tea and then I'm going to bed because I get up early in the morning. So, I mean, um, but I'm not in the bed because I'm sick. But each day is different. Okay, so that when I'm feeling really, really good, Oh no, I don't. I have a walker for when I'm outside, and it's one of those little, I call it my little chariot because you can sit down in it and everything like that. Um, I think they caught it in time so that I didn't need a walker per se, but I will because number one, so we live right behind me is the water, so our walkway and everything is uneven because of that too. So that helps me. Um, but like I said, some days are better than others, Chris, and for everybody else too. Some days I get up, and if I feel that energy punch, I do as much as I can. And then I take a shower and I lay down. Yes, exactly, Yannick, we are. Okay. I'm not getting a knitting machine. I'm not. Okay. I'm trying to talk my husband into getting me a wheel because I want to spin yarn. I think I'm thinking about it. Thank you, my fairy treasure. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. You have no idea what you do for us and what you have done for me, my fairy treasure, Angie. You don't. And I have relatives in Las Vegas, okay? And I'm not gonna fly right now, but you never know. I think spinning yard would be fun. But Angie, I'm telling you, I'm gonna email you and I'm saying, Angie, I'm coming out such and such a date, and we're gonna meet at some restaurant and we're gonna eat and laugh and talk. Because you know something, Angie, I'm gonna tell you too, you remind me of family. You remind me of my family. You look like about you look like about three of my cousins that I know. Well, no, I can't really go on the plane right now because, okay, number one, I just had my hand operated on, so I can't. I'm just being able to. I can take a shower and everything like that, but I'm just being able to wash dishes. And believe it or not, I haven't had many operations in my life, but this hurts. If I put my hand down real hard, and I realize, and I should know the five senses. Well, I know of five senses. You usually taught four in school, but there are five senses. I know that the senses in your hand and everything because your veins and everything are there. And I know that, but I forget. And so I'll go to put something on or to brace myself to sit down. Oh my God. Oh, the pain. So, and he told me, he said the operation in of itself wasn't that severe, wasn't serious. He said, but the seriousness is in the healing of it. But I'm gonna get on that plane. Okay. Me, Yarny Cat, you gonna go, KB. Renee's gonna go. Okay. We all gonna go. And we're gonna have a good time. We need to have a meetup. That would be very nice. What's up? No. The girl's still downstairs? The light's on. I haven't been to Gregor down there now. Yeah, I think so because Amira just got off work. So, excuse me, I had to talk to my husband about something. But what's amazing is, okay, that when you get a good community together, it's wonderful. It'd be wonderful to meet you too. Okay, so maybe next summer, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Yeah, I know, but you know what? It was just my fingers started freezing and things like that, and he took care of it. So and I was still knitting the whole time. So And it wasn't like I was in pain and I was being no, it was just, and this had nothing to do with arthritis. So I'm good, KB. I'm really, really good. But now I'm going to get ready to get off because I'm going to go fix me some tea. I'm going to talk to my grandchildren because my granddaughter comes over to do the laundry every Tuesday. And she looks forward to it because it's quiet over here. One of my younger granddaughters. Yeah, that's funny because um you know of my daughter Terry, right? Well, that's the same thing that happened to her mom. Her mom had an aneurysm and died, and she was a nurse right in the hospital. Yeah, but I'm gonna get ready to go, everybody, because I'm gonna go down and mess with my granddaughter for a minute before they go home, and get myself a cup of tea and do a couple of things. And I took my shower and everything. I got my pajamas on. But I love you all, and thanks for coming, Chris. Thank you for coming so much. And I will come to your page shortly, probably in the next day or two. And everybody else, I'll come to every. Renee, do you have a page? KB, I'll come to you too. I love you all. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. Hold your families close. Yeah, yeah, KB. Yeah, because they both had COVID at the same time. But I love you all. Hold your families close, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. And I will put up my um what is it? Oh yeah, by wellness. I'm sorry. And Chris Kaleidoscope, take care of yourself. I'll come to your page, wellness. I'll try to come to you tomorrow morning. Okay, but my tutor, my thing for the cast on and everything like that in the knit. I'll put that on and everything so that you and I'll have it slowly so you can do it. I love you all. God bless. Peace.